Hello, and welcome to Book 5, Chapter 22 of You Should Be Reading. Today, I'd like to talk about People I Want to Punch in the Throat by Jen Mann. Jen Mann. Um, this is a book I picked up on a whim because I saw it sitting in my local bookstore. Had a very interesting title, and the smashed cupcake on the cover. It kind of intrigued me, so I picked it up and ended up reading it uh, after I've had it for about a year or two. I finally decided to break it open and give it a read, and I'm glad I did. It is kind of an autobiography in a way of Jen Mann's. Um, it's written in a kind of a series of articles in a way, blog posts, which I believe are where all of these stories originated, was originally posted on her blog, because she's a blogger, among other things. And it tells a number of stories about her life. And the way it tells it through these articles, it's very similar in vein to some of the Dave Barry novels that were put out, which are collections of his articles from, I believe, the New York Times or the Los Angeles Times. I can't remember which paper he worked for, but he did a lot of articles and whatnot and editorials and stuff. And his books are collections of these articles. In the same way, this is this, but it's also an autobiography of her life because it details with her meeting her husband, their wedding, having children, the foils and fumbles of having children, and dealing with uh, suburban scourges. Because the full title of the book is People I Want to Punch in the Throat, Competitive Crafters, Drop-Off Despots, and Other Suburban Scourges. So it is a rather interesting and amusing look at things. Now, naturally, all of the names are changed so that there's no um, there's no issues with libel or slander. One of those is on print. I think it's libel. Um, slander is spoken word, I believe. But uh, the names are changed, even to the point of her kids' names having been changed, because she doesn't want to bring any heat down on them or cause them any trouble or anything like that, which is absolutely wonderful. But the names she gives them, uh, her son and daughter are Gomer and Adolpha. Yeah, in the articles, those are the names she's given her kids. Um, and she is definitely a very snarky lady. She has very sarcastic and acerbic wit to her, which I quite enjoy. I read this book quite quickly. It's a very quick read um, for those of you who are interested in these sorts of books, and it is laugh out loud funny. I found myself laughing quite a bit at some of her antics and whatnot, and her turns of phrase. Very, very amusing. Uh, but that's basically all this book is a collection of things. Now, if you like these sorts of books, if you like uh, things that are very much slice of life style, very comedic and whatnot, then this is a book that you might want to check out. So that's going to be it for this episode. It's a very short episode of You Should Be Reading today because there's not a lot to talk about in this book. It is really nothing more than one lady's very snarky and um, very snarky opinions on certain things. And some of them I agree with, some of them I didn't, but I found them amusing nonetheless. Uh, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. And throw a comment in the comment section. Do you know of any other books similar to this that you think I might be interested in? Throw them in the comment section below so I can check them out. Have you read this book? Have you read anything else by Jen Mann? I haven't looked in to see if she has anything else, but I may have to in the future. So do all that, and until next time, uh, don't forget, you should be reading. People I Want to Punch in the Throat by Jen Mann. And I'll see you next time.